We have over here Elizabeth Spires. She's a media consultant and writer. Elizabeth was also the founding editor of pop culture blog Gawker.com. And Errol Lewis is the host of Inside City Hall. That's the New York One's popular roundup of New York politics. Welcome, everybody. There's a new CBS poll that says 4 out of 5 Americans are perfectly comfortable with the body scans. That would not be me. The x-rays that make you look as though you're naked. But there's a groundswell of protest, as you well know. So are you feeling, let's take a quick look here. We've got a video from...
Oh, who are we looking at? I'm not sure we want to see this video.
Yeah.
If you touch my junk, I'm going to have you arrested. Okay, I don't understand how a sexual assault can be made a condition of my flying.
This is not considered a sexual assault.
It would be if you weren't the government. I'd like only my wife and maybe my doctor to touch me there.
Oh, dear. Okay, so does the TSA make you feel safer or more uncomfortable?
You know, I'm sorry, I have to say, I just went through one of those machines today. I was coming in from Memphis. And here's the thing is that you're watching someone get groped, and the guy who was getting groped, he was actually enjoying it. And so I'm feeling sort of uncomfortable.
This is a twist.
Yeah. So you're not comfortable with voyeurism.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, come on.
I'm on the wrong side of this debate because at a certain point you have to make certain concessions. And if you if you're not going to go through and take the picture, then they have to figure out some way to search you. And I don't understand. I've seen these X-ray things. What is the problem? I mean, it's an X-ray. They flush it as soon as they take it.
Oh, no, they don't.
Yes, they do. Yes, they absolutely do.
But some of these things do. They can be stored and they can be saved, and you don't know what happens to them after.
But we'll get to this side of the table.
The amazing thing about all of this is how bad the experience is. Nothing makes me feel more unsafe than the notion that a bunch of people with poor training, bad procedures, and low morale, and low pay, frankly, are in charge of security. Nothing makes me feel more unsafe than that. The stuff that we put up with in the airports is so far past reasonable. I think this is just the straw that breaks the camel's back. You know, in 2009, 25 million pieces of baggage went missing. We put up with this. That's 2,800 pieces every hour. Hour after hour after hour. Holidays, work days, weekends. And we put up with it. In fact, we pay for it. All they do is compete on price. Nobody competes on, let's make this a reasonable, smart, effective, secure system.
A couple airlines do.
I want to hear from Elizabeth, who is a Gawker.
Honestly, I found the poll results really surprising. I mean, you know, 80% of people are fully okay with this, and you almost wonder about sampling problems.
I don't think they knew what they were talking about.
78% of the people polled nudist or, you know.
That's what I'm kind of with Errol on this one. It seems to me we're going to such extremes for every person, yet half the bags don't get searched. The cargo doesn't get searched. You look at the people who are working on the airplanes, the security system is so porous. I'm not offended by it as a personal matter. It just doesn't work terribly well.
Just because it's porous doesn't mean that you don't take steps to make it less porous.
Yeah.
Even if the baggage doesn't get checked. If one of the people are strapping bombs into their little tighty-whities, I think we have to take some pictures.
All right. A new video game is called Call of Duty Black Ops. It's the most popular ever. Get the $650 million in sales in a week. Here is the trailer. Take a look at this nice passive game. Take a look at this thing.
All right, Errol, admit it. You've got one of these games?
You know, I wish I did, actually. I mean, look, it's clear to me what's going on, right down to the music, frankly, is that this is the 70s all over again. This is the 60s and the 70s. And as a shoot-'em-up kind of an experience, it's the perfect villain. Soviet Union's gone.
Have you balled?
No. I mean, how could you justify it? How could you justify it? I mean, I think what the phenomenon is, though, is that the Cold War was the last time where you had like this official enemy.
And just to make it clear, most of this relates to the Cold War.
No, of course. As a guilty pleasure, it's just ideal.
Hold on
it's
a
just
second.
ideal.
I mean, we have some of the best trained military video games, you know, with the Predator drones and so on and so forth. And these guys are very good at this simply because well, they know how to use these controls, and specifically, if they're using stuff like this, I think that we're very lucky in a certain sense.
So I've never heard of this. So we want video games because it's training our future military officers.
Absolutely. It's not Pac-Man. It's not Pong.
Oh my goodness.
Video games, actually, to train military.
This is a perfect American conversation. We're queasy about nudity, but in the next room, our kids are blowing each other's brains out on the screen. I mean, it's perfect American conversation.
I like to think that this is just secret nostalgia for the 80s, and we all really miss air supply, and this is just manifesting itself in a odd way.
Air supply.
I have a theory. I think it's just, I know that the demographic for these games is a little bit younger, but I think that the baby boomer generation that's now entering retirement, there are a lot of guys there that have some unfinished business with the Cold War, maybe with Fidel Castro, Vietnam vets who haven't been able to play their Rambo to the finish line. So, you know, why not?
Oh, my goodness. All right, we have to take a break. We want to hear from you. Check out our blog at cnn.com/Parker Spitzer. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be right back with another quick question.